Hello guys, welcome back. Today we are delivering the third part of the Systema Strikes tutorial. Here we will be discussing some training tips about training gear, exercises that you can do to perform your strikes better, and also I'll be talking about some common mistakes that are either committed by my students or videos that I see that people post out there on the internet, and then I pick up these mistakes. So we're going to be discussing about those common mistakes and how to fix them. Okay? If you skip it to this part, that means that you are familiar with Systema Striking. Perhaps you are a Systema Advanced student. But if you're interested, you can go to the part 1 where we discuss the open hand or palm strikes versus the closed hand or fist. We also talk about how to correctly perform a fist that is heavy, solid, and safe for you to strike with it. We also discuss the tactical reasons and when to use an open hand and when to use the fist. In the second part, we went into the mechanics of how we deliver a Systema strike with the whipping motion or spirals, and then, well, we are in our third delivery. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Okay, training tips about the equipment. This bag is a 10 kilos bag. Okay, try to find a bag that is large and heavy, because I will give you 3 levels of density. So at the top you go soft sand, in the middle is a little bit harder, and at the bottom is hard, is compacted by the weight of all the sand that is on top. So you got 3 levels of density. As you train and you are conditioning your joints and your fists to strikes, then you can progress from hitting the top part of the sandbag to the middle and then to the bottom. Okay, the other thing that I got here is fabric straps that are put there with an ironing. They're ironing fabric straps. This is very handy because you want your training gear to last longer, to give you many years of service. So the fabric warms out with impact, so then you're going to have a rupture there and the sand will start to leak out. So you put these straps, they are very handy. You strike it when it starts to worn out, you just peel them off, put new one in, keep going. So these ones are changed only a few days ago. Use also a fabric, strong fabric at the back to protect it from a hard surface, like in this case a brick, unless you have a soft surface in the back. Same reason, it warms out and then you have a rupture in the back. Okay, you probably have seen on my other videos, punching bags is also all wrapped with ducting tape. Same reason, you can strike it with bare hands, you can kick it with your shoes on, you can hit it with the Russian staff. When the ducting tape wears out and start to crack or peel off, you just remove it. The surface at the bottom is in perfect conditions, wrap it again, keep going. That punching bag is going to give you many years of service. Okay, the other thing that you can do as well is to add a setting. In this case, I got a change there where you can adjust the height. That way you can practice not always striking in the same spot. You can put it higher, like if you're striking towards the face and the head, then lower to striking to the solar plexus or the abdomen, and so forth. All right. What about the exercise? So I got a video where it showed there some exercises that are for making your body strong for striking. Now I demonstrate some push-ups there, so we'll go and visit that video. But if I had to pick just one exercise that is the most important, that will be the Russian staff. So that is shown at the beginning of that video. So if you grab Russian staff at the end, keeping your arms straight, you lift. You can do this vertical, in circles, clockwise, counterclockwise. That will make your wrist very, very, very strong. And the other thing that you can use, if you don't have one of these ones, you can use a regular dumbbell. Just cover it like this. This one is at 2 kilos, and lifting the dumbbell like that, inverted, lifting it like that. We also not only make your forearms stronger forearm muscles, but also your wrist very strong. Having a strong wrist is important not only for striking, but also to give you those split seconds that you need to escape from wrist lock. Now, if someone put you in a wrist lock, you have some strength there to start your moving without succumbing straight away into the pain. All right, so put this away. Okay, common mistakes and how to fix them. Okay, the very first mistake that I see out there, videos that people post online, are not respecting the obliquous angles when we strike. People tend to go to a straight position where that impact can ricochet, cause an effect. Just like firearms, you got a recoil, so you're striking with power, that ricochet on you, and we don't want that ricochet coming at us. So that's why we have to respect the obliquous angle. So if you think that you're going to strike in a shot, you just square your angle yourself, so you maintain, every time that you strike, you are maintaining obliquous angle, so most of that ricochet goes away from you. Okay, this is straight, okay, or perpendicular. This is parallel. Obliquous will be something like this. All right, oblique angles. All right, so those ricochet or recoils, most of that kinetic energy will ricochet away from you. Some of it is going to be absorbed by the body, because obviously the arm is attached to the body, but then you have the flexibility of movement and relaxation to absorb that little ricochet that comes back at you. Okay. Other mistake, or the second mistake, would be not using the whipping motions when striking, or this type, or the spiral motions. All right. So then it will become just somebody else's type of strikes. That's not Systema. So if you see this, that's not Systema, that's something else. It looks more like boxing, right? So we maintain those spiral motions when striking, the whipping motion when striking, and that's how we deliver fast, powerful, and harder to counter strikes. As I have explained before in all other of my videos, the human mind struggle to understand spiral motions, whipping motions. Therefore, those strikes that seems to be chaotic and random are harder to counter, to block, to deflect, and so forth. Okay, that is one of the many characteristics that give Systema an edge over other type of striking. Systema is not beautiful, that looks chaotic, but it is a control chaos. Watch a video about the stiffness of Systema Strikes. I explain a little bit more in detail about that. Other mistakes is not engaging the core part of the body. So if we strike only with the arms, we're only engaging the muscle and the strength of our arms to strike. So you are missing out of all this strength and force that you can add on into that strike from the core of your body. Okay, that's what I explained before, that whipping motion begins from the hip by engaging the core of your body, then into the shoulder, then comes into the elbow, then into the wrist, and then the wrist is the last part of the movement on the whipping motions, all the movable parts of your body. That way you engage most of your body weight into your strike. I have heard some people this normally comes from people that claim to be system instructors, but they are not, that they put the entire body into the strike. You can put most or a big part of your body weight into that strike, but you will never put the entire body. This is a silly claim, because one physical reason, which is, I'm striking in that direction, but gravity is pulling me that way. So gravity is taking from me a big part of my body weight that I'm adding into that strike. Okay? Unless we live in the Matrix, movie, where I can float in the air, put myself horizontal, parallel to the ground, that will be the only way that I'll be able to deliver 100% of my body weight into the strike. All right? But said again, sadly this is an what would you say, unregulated industry. So there's a lot of people out there that watch a lot of Systema videos like my videos, and other instructors, and then just create a Facebook account, and they call themselves Systema whatever, and they invite people to join them and to charge them money to teach them, I don't know, whatever it is that they teach. All right, so be aware of this. If you're going to engage a Systema instructor, make sure that it's a certified Systema instructor. Okay, moving on. The other mistakes that I see out there are tense, too much tension on the body. Okay, the body has to be relaxed, and when you're striking, the muscles or part of your body that are engaged in the striking motion should be the only ones who are delivering force. The rest of the body is, if I have my backup hand here, or I'm a right hand fighter, my backup hand here, I'm delivering a strike here, this arm should be relaxed. Parts that are not involved in the motion should be relaxed. Okay, watch my video. One of the differences between Systema and traditional martial art is one that is about relaxation. Okay, watch that one. I'll explain that in more detail. Okay, moving on. Next mistake that I see a lot is incorrect breathing. Okay, in Systema we train to strike in whatever part of the breathing cycle we find ourselves in. Either this is on the inhale or on the exhale. Inhale, exhale, and also in the pause in between. So you have to strain, and it is a great opportunity to do this with your sandbag. So we're striking then consciously, deliberately on the inhale. And on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay. Train on the inhale, train on the exhale. Okay. Those are the things of many that give us an edge. If you train yourself always striking on the exhale, you are limiting your capabilities. All right. The other mistake, and that will be the last one from my list of 6 most common mistakes, would be the distancing. Okay, I see a lot of people striking and they are leaning forward. Right? Once your shoulder comes out of alignment with the hip, you are breaking your structure, breaking your form. All right? That is one of the key elements or fundamentals of Systema, is to maintain your structure, maintain your form, maintain your shoulders, okay, line up with your hip so you are always in balance. And this is across all the weapon system. Either you are engaged on a fist fight, on a knife fight, or in a bar fight. You always have to be in balance, your shoulder line up with your hip, so you can move efficiently and shoot accurately, strike powerfully, stab slash powerfully as well. Okay, this works across the whole system. Okay, one thing that you do not do is to voluntarily, deliberately give your balance, break your structure. It is the job of your opponent to get you out of balance, to break your structure. Okay, and if your opponent successfully manage to break your form, break your structure, pushing you, you are out of balance, then it is your job to go back to it. You can work efficiently and safely if you are balanced and stable if you are out of balance or an uncomfortable position, it's very hard to work. Okay? Remember, distancing is about how far you are from your target. Okay? Spacing is what's around you. Okay? Distancing and spacing. That's our rule of thumb. Okay? Are you in a confined space? You have to work in a particular way. Are you in an open space? You can work in a different way. You are in an open space, on a firefight, you can use your long weapon, your rifle, your shotgun. You enter into a confined place, you might prefer to switch into your sidearm, a small weapon, right? What is around? There's a wall, there are door frames, there are furniture, there are obstacles that are movable, like a chair or a table, others that cannot be moved, like a kitchen bench. Okay, so these are things that you have to always take into consideration. Okay, so familiarize yourself with your ranges, what targets you can reach with your feet, what you can reach with your elbow, and so forth. Okay, how can you fix this? All right. So 2 ways that you can fix this issue. Okay, if you are too far that you need to lean forward to strike, well, you have to get closer. Now you can reach. All right. The second way that you can fix this problem is if you are too far to strike with your fist that you don't reach, then you can use a different tool. Right. Use your foot. Okay. Your foot has a longer range than your arm, than your fist. Okay. It's simple to remember. If you can punch it, kick it. Okay. So this is all for today. Then to wrapping up our Systema Strike tutorial. If you have any questions, please add it on the comments below, and I will try to do my best to find the time to answer your questions. Okay. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.